This conference will now be recorded.
So in the last class, we have seen about some important points on data types, and we have seen about typecasting, very important one. Recap it properly again, and we have seen about the operators. Today, let us move to the next one, scanner class. Scanner class. What is this scan? Scan means like read. Scan means what? Like read operation. Like example, if you take a variable n equal to 10, who is giving value to this n variable? End user or programmer? Who is giving value to this n variable here? End user or programmer? Programmer, right? Who is giving value to this? Who is writing this line of code? Programmer. So programmer is giving value to this n variable. Now the objective is we want to accept this value from user end user end. To accept that user input during runtime, for that purpose only we use scanner class. Like some more examples of user input, like when you go to ATM, it will ask you the PIN number, amount to withdraw. The values what we type now, they are user input. When you take mails where we type username, password, that is our user input. So to accept that user input during runtime, we go for scanner class. So what is the use of this one? Is scanner class is a predefined class added in Java 5 version. From which version we got this? Java 5 version. Okay. Scanner class is used to read the values into the variables. To read the values into the variables from keyboard, from where we can read from keyboard during program execution. It means runtime. When you are running the program, during that time, if you want to give value to variables, we make use of this scanner class. Then, what is the use of this? It's mainly used to read values into the variables from keyboard during runtime. Somewhat confusion point at this level. Scanner class is present in java.util package. The meaning of package is like a folder, where in folder we store some related files. Similar way, package is like a folder only concept in Java, where we store related classes. Package is like a folder which is a collection of related classes. The meaning is, whenever we want to use scanner class in our program, we need to write one statement above the class, that is import java.util.scanner. Meaning, go to folder Java, under that subfolder util, from there you take the scanner class. That's the meaning of import statement. So more about package and what is this import, we'll discuss in detail when we come to object oriented. For that, until that time, like a markup, you remember this. Now, whenever we take a class like person, and here we go with the data members like age, we go with a method like eat. If I want to access these members of class, what we need to create? Object, right? We create object like person p equal to new person. By using this object with the dot operator, we can give value to age. By using this p with the dot operator, we can call the method eat. So first day discussion of introduction. In Java introduction, I have discussed at this point. Whenever we want to access the members of class, we need to create object of class, and by using dot operator, we can access the members of class using object. Do you remember this point, all of you? This point is important for today's class. So similar way, here also, when we want to access the methods of scanner class, when we want to access the members of scanner class, we need to create object of scanner class. Next, creating scanner class object. How to create object of a class? Class name, object name equal to new, class name. Class name, object name equal to new, class name. Since we should read the data from keyboard, this object should connect to keyboard. How to connect to keyboard is, in between these parentheses, we have to pass the argument system.in. System.out means monitor. System.in means keyboard. System.in represents keyboard. Right? Now, in this scanner class, since scanner is predefined, it goes with some predefined methods. Scanner class methods. The methods present in scanner class are next int. Next int. The use of this method is use it to read an integer value. And how to remember case sensitivity of methods is, first letter of first word is small, remaining words first letter will be capital. How to remember case sensitivity? First letter of first word is small, remaining words first letter is capital. And when we see parentheses, they are methods. Next long. Use it to read a long value. Based on the data type, we have to call the method. Next float. Use it to read a float value. Next double. Use it to read a double value. So like that we are having next byte, next short, like that. And one more method, next, simple method next. Use it to read a string value without spaces. No spaces. If you want to go with space, we have to call the method next line. Use it to read a string value with the spaces. Let me elaborate more with the example. Once we see example programs today now, concept of scanner is simple, very simple topic. Like example, if you take a variable n equal to 10, who is giving value to this n variable? Programmer. Now we want to accept this value to n variable during runtime, then from user end, then we have to call which method? To read integer value based on data type, we have to call the method. So to read integer value, which method we have to call? Next int. So here we should call next int. Since next int is a method belongs to scanner class, these all methods belongs to scanner class. Only object of scanner class can call this method. So we have to call the method using object. That's the reason we create object of scanner class first before we invoke these methods. Now one more example. Double d equal to. So what is the data type of this variable double? D double. So to read double value, which method? Next double. Next double. So here by using object of scanner, we have to call which method? Next double. If you want to read some string like main, s dot next or next line. So based on the data type of variable, we have to call the respective methods using scanner class object. Clear up to here, everyone? Any questions?
Um, can you please repeat the use of scanner? But I was a bit late to join, so could not
Yeah,
understand.
that only.
Yeah.
Yeah. See here, when you are writing the program, we'll be having something like during runtime, we want to accept the data from user. So when you are writing the program, just now I mentioned, like if you write int n equal to 10, who is giving value to this n variable now? Programmer, right? This line of code we write in the program. Who is giving value to n? Programmer. But I want to accept to this n value during runtime from user end. So when you want to accept some data from user, we have to use scanner class. So scanner class is mainly used to read values into variables from keyboard during runtime. During program execution, we want to read that. And whenever we want to use scanner class, we need to write this line of code before class. Import java.util.scanner means java.util is a package where scanner class is present. So we are informing go to folder Java, under that folder subfolder util, under that take the class. So package means like a folder only. And whenever we want to access the members of scanner class, what we have to create? Object. Clear, Swati?
Yes, thank you.
Right? Yeah, we'll understand more. So still we'll be having confusion. What is the need of this? How to use it? Once we write the programs now, no concept of scanner is very simple. Now, let us go with some example programs. Write a program. Now onwards I'll say WAP to find area of a rectangle. So in order to find area of a rectangle, what input do we require?
Length and width.
Very good. We require length and breadth. Okay, and what's the formula? Area equal to length into breadth. So let us write the code. I'm writing that refer program rectangle.java means this I'll be attaching this file along with the documents. Now, where to write our code? We are going to use Eclipse. So open Eclipse. Then choose your workspace. So we are working in C drive 2022 Java Online 6, 16 and Java programs. Some folder, your wish, any folder you can work. Now let me close this welcome file. Now, whenever we want to create a new class, what we have to do? We have to right click on my project. What is the project you have created? Right click on my project and say new class. Then go with the name. So I'm going with the name here, rectangle. To run a Java program, which method is required inside the class? Main method. So make a check mark to this main method and click on finish button. So which creates a class rectangle with main method inside. What is the purpose of this program? To find area of a rectangle. This we call comment. In main method, we take the variables like this. Int length equal to 10, int breadth equal to 5. So who is giving value to these variables? Programmer. But the objective is we want to accept length value and breadth value from user during runtime. During runtime, we want to accept these values. Then in that case, we have to use scanner class. So to use scanner class, we have to create object of scanner class first. Like this, scanner is equal to new scanner and connect to keyboard. System.in means keyboard. If you observe, you can see a error here. Under scanner, we are getting error because scanner is a class present in which package? Java.util package. So above the class, we need to write a statement import java.util.scanner. Now see, the error will go off. So what is this import? What is package? Everything I'll discuss in depth when we come to object oriented. Until that time, don't worry. Like a mug-up, you write this line of code before we use scanner. Now to accept length value, since length is of type integer, so how to read integer value? Which method is used to read integer? Next int. So by using scanner class object, if you say dot, the list of methods will come in front of you here. Select the method, press enter key. Similar way, to accept breadth value, s dot next int. So now we have accepted length value and breadth value from user. Now calculate area. What's the formula? Length into breadth. Now display the value of area. How to display? System dot out dot println the value of area. That's it. Now when we run the program, if you click on this run button, in console, the cursor will be blinking because it is waiting for your input. When we say start next int, this console screen only runtime screen, user screen. Here it is waiting for input. If I type 10 and press enter key, 10 will come and store into length variable. This only we call runtime data, user input. Again, it is waiting for your input because we said int breadth equal to s dot next int, means again it is waiting for input. If I say 5, 5 will go and store into breadth variable. Then what's the value of area? 50. 10 into 5, 50, which is printing on screen to us. Now, clear up here the meaning of user input, runtime data. Right? Now, is our program user friendly? The program what I have written here, is it a user friendly?
Yes.
See here. Yes. See, when you run the program, in the console screen, the screen is totally blank. How the user knows what value the user has to enter?
Okay, no.
Difficult, right? Messages are important, right? So when you go to ATM, the ATM screen is totally blank. Simply the cursor is blinking. How can you know whether it is asking for a PIN number or amount? Difficult, right, for us? Okay, so our program is not user friendly. So we have to display the messages what user has to enter. So based on the message only, the user can know what value the user has to enter. So before reading the input values into these variables, we have to display the messages to the user. How to display messages? In system.out.println, go with the message, enter length value. Then read the length value. Similar way, go with the message, enter breadth value. Then the user will enter breadth value. While displaying output also, go with the message, area of rectangle within double quotes, and the symbol between message and variable is plus symbol. Now see, when we run, it's asking, see, enter length value. So we'll say no, 20. Press enter key. Enter breadth value, 10. And the output is area of rectangle, 200. So is my code user friendly now? So what is the meaning of user friendly? So when we run the application, the user should know what value the user has to enter. Whatever the output it is displaying, we should go with the proper messages to the user, what output you are printing. So messages are important when you are writing the programs. Based on the message only, user can know how to interact with the application. Got it, everyone? Any questions? Let us go with one more example. Write a program to accept roll number, name, and marks in 3 subjects. Roll number, name, and marks in 3 subjects. Find the total. Find the total. How to find total? Adding up 3 marks and average. How to find average? Total divided by 3. Because 3 subjects. Display roll number, name, total, and average. That's it. So let us write the code. We are going with the name student.java. Open Eclipse. Whenever we want to create new program, right click on project and say new class. Go with the name of the class, student, with main method inside. It has created a class student with main method. Now, to accept user input, we have to create object of scanner like this. Scanner is equal to new scanner. Connect to keyboard. So we are getting error. So what we have to do? Above the class, we have to write import. See here, just above the class, you write here import java.util.scanner. Error will go off. Now, go with the messages to the user. Enter roll number. Then we'll say int roll number equal to s dot next int. Based on the data type of variable, you call the respective method. When you just say s dot, the list of methods will come in front of you. Then go with the message, enter name. String. When you take name, collection of characters, so we say string name equal to s dot next line. Enter marks in 3 subjects. Enter marks in 3 subjects. So we'll say here double mark 1 equal to s dot next double mark 2 equal to s dot next double mark 3 equal to s dot next double. Right? Now that completes our input. So whenever we are writing the program, the first step is we should think of input. What input is required to perform the application, to go with the task. Now let us go with the process. Second step is process. So what we have to find? Total. How to find total? Double total equal to mark 1 plus mark 2 plus mark 3. Then average. Double average equal to total by 3. This completes our process. This is calculations only we call process. Now output. So what we have to display back? Roll number, the value of roll number. Name, the value of name. Total marks, the value of total. Average, the value of average. That's it. That completes our code here. So whenever you are writing program, first we have to think of input, then process, then output. When we run, it will ask you enter a roll number. We'll say 111, enter name, some name, enter 3 marks 55, 66, 77, which is going to display the output roll number 111, name Raj, total marks 198, average 66. So this is our user input, this is our output. Clear everyone? Any questions? No. Let us go with the next concept here, control statements. Control statements. Up to now, what are the programs we have written, like rectangle program or student program? Every line of the code is getting executed. Every line of the program is what? Getting executed. Now we want to execute some statements only when the condition is true. We want to execute the statements only when the condition is true. We want to execute the statements only when the condition is false. We want to execute the statements repeatedly for some number of times. That is a place where we go for control statements. So you can say these statements are used to control the flow of execution of program. And we are in types. The types of control statements are like if statement, you can even call it as if else statement. If statement, while loop, do while loop, for loop, break and continue. Right? Today we'll see about if statement. Let's go with if statement initially. If else statement. The use of if statement is it is used to execute a set of statements when the condition is true. When the condition is true, if you want to execute some set of statements, we go with this if statement. If the condition is false, the condition is false, it will execute the set of statements present in else part. Present where? In else part. Let me elaborate these points using syntax. The syntax of if statement is we have to use a keyword if and we check a condition. Check a condition. The open and close curly brace means where if begins and where it ends. And here we go with the set of statements like statement 1, statement 2, like that statement n. Else. Again, it's a keyword. Again, we'll say it. Statement 1, statement 2, like that statement n. In this one, if this condition is true, this set of statements will get executed. If this condition is false, so the statements present in else part will get executed. Let me go with some points. Points on if statement. For if, else is optional. When you write if, should we write else compulsory means optional, syntactically optional. For else, if is mandatory. When you write else, we should have period if compulsory. Without if, we cannot write else at all. If curly braces are not used. So what are curly braces? See, after if, after else you can see curly braces. If curly braces are not used, then it considers only one statement. Curly braces are not used, then it considers what? Only one statement. Means for one statement, using curly brace is optional. Using curly brace is what? Optional. So if you are having only one statement, using curly brace is optional, or no curly brace, it takes only one statement. Let us understand using the program a simple example like int n1 equal to 10, int n2 equal to 5. Out of these two numbers, we want to know which is big. Then we have to compare. So when you want to compare, when you want to form condition if, we have to use a keyword if and check it here. If n1 greater than n2, then we'll print in SOP big equal to the value of n1. Else we'll print here big equal to the value of n2. For this case, how the output will come? So n1 is 10, n2 is 5. 10 greater than 5, yes. 10 greater than 5, yes. Then this line of code will get executed. So it's going to print big equal to the value of n1, which is 10. And since there is only one statement under if or else, using curly brace is optional. If you take the same example, to make n2 as 15, 10 greater than 15 false, comes to else part and prints big equal to the value of n2, which is 15. Clear everyone how to go with if? Any questions, anyone? No. Let us do some example programs using if. Write a program to check whether a given number is even or odd. When can we say a number is even? Yes, Swati. Susmita, when can we say a number is even?
If it is divided by 2, the remainder is 0.
Right, when you divide a number by 2, if the remainder is 0, then we say the number is even. Means the numbers which are divisible by 2. How can we say divisible by 2? When you divide the number by 2, if the remainder is 0, then we say divisible. So if the numbers are divisible by 2, then they are even numbers. Like 2, 4, 6, 8, all these are even numbers. Else odd numbers. Remaining all are odd numbers. Then which operator is used to give the remainder?
Percentile.
Percentile modulus operator. So let us write the code now. Even odd dot right click on project and say new class even odd with main method. Now, create object of scanner, connect to keyboard. See, we are getting error. How to remove error is we have to type import above class. Instead of that, we can even do like this. Keep mouse pointer on this error. Keep mouse pointer on error, and you can see the import option, import scanner java.util. If you just click here, the respective import will happen automatically. Now go with the message. Enter a number. We'll say int n equal to s dot next. After accepting number, now we have to divide with 2 and check whether remainder is 0. Like this. If n mod 2 equal to 0, when you divide the number by 2, if the remainder is 0, then we'll display the message to the user even. Else, we'll display the message odd. So if you take the number as 4, what is 4 mod 2? When you divide 4 with 2, the remainder is 0. So condition is true, we'll display message even. If you take the number as 5, what is 5 mod to 1? 1 equal to 0, no. Condition is false, comes to else and displays odd here. When we run, we say 4 even. Run the code again, 5 odd here. Clear? Any questions? No. Let us go with the next one, nested if. What is nested if is, if within if is called as nested if. So when you want to check more number of conditions, we go for nested if. The syntax is, we use the keyword if and we check a condition. So to elaborate easily, let me say condition 1. If condition 1 is true, we'll execute some set of statements. If condition 1 is false, we'll come to else. After coming to else, again we want to check a condition. Again we have to use if and check a condition again. Condition 2. If condition 2 is true, we'll execute some set of statements. We'll execute some set of statements. If condition 2 is false, again we'll come to else. Again we check the condition. Like that goes on. Like that will go on. We'll say else if condition n. If condition n is true, we'll execute some set of statements. Else directly the statements. Meaning if condition 1 is true, these statements will execute. Else again it will check condition 2. If condition 2 is true, these statements will execute. If condition 2 is false, comes to else and checks one more condition. Like that goes on. When it will come to last else, when all conditions are false. When all conditions are false, it will execute the statements present in last else. Now, understand with the code. Write a program to check whether the given number is positive, negative, or 0. When can we say a number is positive? When can we say a number is positive?
It is greater than 0.
Very good. If the number is greater than 0, positive. Less than 0, negative. If not positive, not negative, directly we can say 0. If number, that's open Eclipse. Right click on project and say new class with number. Main method. No. Create object of scanner. Connect to keyboard. Now we want to use scanner class, means we should write import above the class. The keyboard shortcut. The keyboard shortcut to import packages is Control Shift O. Control Shift O will import the package. Shortcut to import packages. Control Shift O. Accept the number. Enter a number. We'll say int n equal to s dot next. Now we have to check whether this number is greater than 0, like this. If the number is greater than 0, then we'll display the message positive. Else, can we say negative directly? No, because it may be 0 also. So again we have to check condition. If n less than 0, then we'll go with the message negative. Else, so not positive, not negative, then directly without comparing, we can say 0. When we run, it will ask for a number. If we say 5, positive, run the code again, -5, negative. If we run the code again, 0, 0. Clear? Any questions? Let us go with one more example. Write a program to find biggest of given 3 numbers. Out of given 3 numbers, we want to know which is big. Like example, if you take 3 numbers like n1, n2 and n3, when can we say n1 is big? When can we say n1 is big?
When n1 is bigger than n2 and n3.
Very good. When n1 is greater than n2 and even n3. When can we say n2 is big? Same rule. If n2 greater than n1 and even n3. If you know that n1 and n2 are not big, if you know that n1 and n2 are not big, then can we say directly n3 is big? Yes, right? If the first two numbers are not big, then directly we can say n3 is big. Now, let us write the code. Big3 .java. Right click on project and say new class big3. Create object of scanner is equal to new scanner. In this program, let us see one more way of going with import. How to go with import is simple. Just go with the message directly. Enter 3 numbers. And see, when I write like this, int n1 equal to, observe now the way of importing. When you say int n1 equal to, by using object of scanner, when you call the method of scanner class, like any method like next int, see, automatically the import is happening. See. So this is not only for scanner class, any class you take in Java, by using object of class, if you access any members, the respective imports will happen automatically. Read the other values. That completes our 3 values. Now we have to compare like this. If the value of n1 is greater than n2, and how to use and symbol in Java? 2 and symbols, and n1 greater than n3, joining the conditions. So if n1 greater than n2 and even n1 greater than n3, if both conditions are true, then only the entire condition will be true. Then we'll go with the message big equal to the value of n1. Else, coming to else indicates n1 is not big. If n1 is big, it would have printed here only. So coming to else indicates n1 not big, then we are left out only with 2 numbers. Just to compare n2 with n3, that's enough. Need not compare n2 with n1 again. Even if you compare, it's not a mistake. So not required actually. So if n2 greater than n3, we'll go with the message big equal to n2. Else means n1 not big and even n2 also not big. Then directly without comparing, we'll say big equal to n3. When we run, last for 3 numbers, you can go with any 3 numbers, which is going to pull out the big value. Any order EQ. Going to pull out the big value. Clear everyone? Any questions? Then, wherever programs are stored in my project folder, under that SRC. Under that which folder? SRC. So where my project is created in our system, just to go to the space, go to the workspace where you have created project. So in this system, we are working in C drive 2022, Java Online 16, Java programs. In this, I have created my project. Just to go to the folder where you have created the project. Then in this folder, you can see SRC. Under SRC, you can see our Java files. You can see all our Java files, the source code names. And under bin, you can see all the .class files. Okay, SRC contains .java files, bin contains .class files. Okay, so under wherever you have created project, go to that folder. Under folder, SRC contains .java files. Remember this. Now, let me go with the assignment. Write a program to find area of a circle. How to find area of a circle? Pi r square, pi into radius into radius. So what is the input for this program? Radius. Here pi is a constant value. You can take a variable double pi and go with the value 3.14. Write a program to check whether the given age is major or minor. To check whether the given age is major or minor. If the age is greater than or equal to 18, we'll say major, else minor. If the given age is less than 0, then display invalid age. Then display what? Invalid age. Now, write a program to find biggest of given 3 numbers using conditional operator. Using conditional operator. Yesterday we have seen no conditional operator question mark. Using that you need to do. I have shown how to do using if condition. Same program you have to do with conditional operator. Without using if. You should not use if here. Then, if you do fourth program, that means you are good with the if condition. That is, write a program to accept item number, item name, rate and quantity. Find the price. The formula is rate into quantity. We'll go with price. Calculate discount as follows. Based on the price, we have to calculate discount. How to do is, if the price value what you got, if it is greater than or equal to 1000 and less than 2000, if the price value is greater than equal to 1000 and less than 2000, then discount is 10% on price. Discount, how much discount? 10% on price. Then how will you write in the program syntactically? How to write in the program syntactically? If price greater than or equal to 1000 and this symbol we have to use, and again say price less than 2000, then discount is 10%, means 10 by 100 means 0.10 into price. This if condition you convert into program like this. Now, if the price value is greater than or equal to 2000 and less than 3000, discount is 15% on price. If price greater than or equal to 3000 and less than 5000, discount is 20% on price. If price greater than or equal to 5000, after 5000 whatever it may be, the maximum discount is 25%. Calculate net price. Our formula is price minus discount. We'll go with net price. What we have to display back? Display item number, item name, price, discount, and net price. That's it. Clear with the task, all of you?
Yes.
Any questions? How to submit the assignments? How to submit the assignments? Very simple. Send the source code files, like example circle.java. Just attach the files. Just attach the files, your .java files, to rathtrainings@gmail.com. So to my email ID, just send the source code files, and in the subject line, mention assignment 1. In the subject line, mention assignment 1. So whatever the documents and recordings I'm sending to you, do not reply to that mails related to assignment. Assignment, you always go with the new compass message, and any other queries you can reply to that documents and recordings, no problem. But related to assignments, always go with a new compass message. Okay, right? So that's about for today. So next class will be on Monday. That is 28th November at 7 p.m. IST. Whatever the link you are having now, same link you can use to join the class. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Happy weekend.